Without wasting any more time on talking to Tobias, I lean up against the crutch and begin to trek down the hillside. Without wasting any more time talking to Tobias. Christ, like, he's only trying to help us. Well, whatever. The village is as peaceful as it was when I last left it behind. People are taking care of daily chores in the main street, while others are working on finishing the roof of one of the newest buildings. Am I still going to get looked at weirdly? Somehow this place stands in complete contrast with the silent forest where I had the strange encounter with the man before. I stop and press my hand against my right side. The pain is still there, stronger than it was this morning when I left the cottage. I could feel bandages underneath the shirt and feel a little worried that I might have caused some unnecessary damage during the fight. I should have been more careful. I need to get stronger. I have to get my strength back. Hey! Caught up in my own thoughts, I jump a little at the sound of Gavin's voice calling out to me. So you came back. You still don't look too well though. You know how to speak to a lady. I straighten up. It's nothing. Gavin looks down and eyes the sword at my side, an unreadable look on his face for just a short moment, then he smiles again. Oh, it's quite a large knife for a pretty woman to be carrying around. Oh, sexism as well. You are just adorable. Oh, you think so? Whoa, you sound friendly today. Sorry, I just have a lot on my mind. Well, I can imagine that. I sigh and take a look around. It almost feels like time stands still here, as if this little town is cut off from the rest of the world. That kind of peaceful atmosphere doesn't sit well with me, though. I feel restless, just staying here like this, with no apparent goal or schedule ahead of me. I'm the person who likes to take action, one could say. Yes, we've noticed this. You look preoccupied, so I'm just going to leave you to it. If you need anything, don't hesitate to call. Call? Right, so where to go? Oh my god, we actually get a choice. Outskirts or forest? Right, so Gavin or Weird White Man? Weird White Man it is. You win, hands down, every time. Feeling stronger each day, I decide to take a look around the forest on my own to look for any signs of any other survivors. We won't get any. Tobias told me that the cliff where he found me was quite a distance away. Maybe soon I'll ask him to take me there. But for now, I'd rather try and look into things myself. After all, he might start asking questions I don't want to answer. We're such a bitch. We are actually such a bitch. As I head further into the forest, the intense feeling of solitude of these distant mountains envelop me. This place is so very far away from everything else, or the fighting of the war in my homeland. I unconsciously look up through the leaves of the trees above me as my thoughts fall onto the dragon. The great being almost seemed to come out of nowhere, then disappeared without trace again. No one in the village ever talks about seeing dragons. The monsters they speak of seem like much smaller and more manageable creatures. More manageable evil monsters. Such thing doesn't exist. I stop for a break and lean up against the trunk of a large tree. Once again, I am reminded of how big a toll the wounds have taken on me. That's when I notice something out of place in the foliage ahead. Kneeling down, I carefully brush the dry leaves aside and take a closer look. Ash? Looks like the remains of an improvised campsite. Curiously, I look around but see no other signs of people passing through. Maybe Tobias made camp on one of his longer hunts. I get back up and dust the leaves off my clothes. I can't help but take another curious look around as I turn to leave, a feeling stirring inside me that I can't quite place. Oh god, it's not an illusion, is it? Have we fallen asleep? No. Apparently not. Alright, good to the inn we go. I'm surprised though, I always imagine knights wearing armour, but you don't seem to have any. Why is that? Erin has been asking a lot of questions like this one, seemingly fascinated by the fact that I'm a Templar. It's not that surprising really, as most people will live through their whole lives without ever seeing a Templar, much less speak to one. And then she lives in a remote village where we didn't even know there was villages beforehand. Like, it's not that surprising, is it? I still feel kind of awkward about the attention. Like, that kind of admiration would have fit someone like Simon much better, as he is much more of a real Templar than I am. Well, don't bring yourself down like that. We do have armour, but we only wear it when deemed necessary. That's how to spell armour, by the way. Take note, American developers. It's a long trek through the mountains, and well, it didn't seem practical at the time. No one expected a dragon to come dropping from the sky. I like this better anyway. It's easier to move in uniform. Fighting in armor is something else. Still, it's a bit of a shame. I'd love to see what that looks like. Well, basically, Erin, imagine someone, and then imagine they're covered in metal plating. There you are, done. That was easy enough. What is your full name, really? I didn't get to open my mouth before she shoots out another question. My name is... Oh, for fuck's sake. Lena Ehrenfeld. I'm assuming the D's silent. Oh, what? Sounds so impressive. All that... You fangle over people's names. You're the kind of people who I can... No, exactly, you're the kind of person I can take to a date to McDonald's and you'd be impressed, wouldn't you? Although I guess that's to be expected. All you Templars are out of high-standing families, right? It's usually like that, but I'm a bit of a special case. I'm actually an orphan. Way to bring the mood down. An orphan? Yes, a soldier found me in the woods and brought me back. One of the knights there decided to keep me on the grounds and later raise me as a soldier. Okay, so she does know what an orphan was. That was my next worry. Then, where does your name come from? Was it the soldier's name? No, I don't know the soldier who found me. It's not my caretaker's name either. My name actually comes from the name of the forest where I was found. It was called Ehrenfeld Woods among locals. The forest had a name like that? Well, there's a story behind why the forest is called that. I'm sure there is. Tell me, I'd love to hear it. Well, apparently there is a local tale in the town near the forest about a noble knight called Ehrenfeld, who once fought in a war for his lord. I thought this is a more urban myth than based on truth. One day he went to the forest alone and met a Dyrad, the spirit of the forest, which he fell in love with. He fell in love with this spirit. Who was the absolute nutjob recently who came out and said that they fucked a ghost? I don't remember who it was. Absolute nutjob though. It is a celebrity. I don't remember. Oh fuck! I'm gonna have to hang on. I'm gonna pause the recording and find this out. Why, of course, it's the voice of all reason, Kesha. Well, I should have really have known that. It's saying that there are stupider people, but she is definitely up there. She has that lyric. What's it? Stop boring me with your chit chat. Just show me where your dick's at. Yes, inspiring lyrics for the ages. One day he went to the forest to learn. Yes. The Dyrad was crying when he asked why. She explained that she couldn't take all the blood that was being shed in the forest, and it was making her sick. But a spirit? Do you mean druid? Or Canadian? That as well. Very soon she and her and the forest would die, she said. Hearing that, the knight Ehrenfeld returned to the lord outside the forest. He knew that the lord was planning to enter the forest and ambush a band of enemy soldiers. When the lord and his soldiers tried to enter, the knight turned on his own to stop them from spilling more blood in the Dyrad's forest. He fell in the ensuing battle, taking all of his opponents with him, and then his spirit returned to his beloved Dyrad. It is said that the forest grew even more lush and green after that, and that's why it's named after him. What? Oh, there's too much blood in the forest. Please stop. Stop my pain. Oh, I'll stop your pain, darling. I'll cause more blood. What? Did I miss something? That makes no sense. Ah, what would I know? That's quite a story. How sad for him. Why, how sad indeed. Although I really like the thought of you being named after him, you've got quite something up to live up to. Really, I'm not much for fairy tales, to be honest, and I guess they just needed to call me something. Besides, he turned against his own people, just like that. Doesn't sound very noble or impressive to me. Whatever you say, I still find it very romantic. He killed innocent people! They had done nothing! They were just going to kill their enemies who were going to kill them! And it's like, oh, it's very romantic. No, they were innocent! He just turned on his own people and murdered them. Oh, no! Whatever. If Erin's one of those people, that will definitely... Oh, fuck, this is the only place we can go to now. Fuck, we should have gone to the cottage. Ah, come on, just for today. Forget it. Doesn't he have any money and he's being asked to, like, a tab or something? Come on, I'd love to have dinner with such a beautiful girl such as yourself. Even worse. Huh, you really thought that would work? You're not getting any free food, that's what you get for being lazy and hiding whenever there is work to be done. Oh, Sour. Well, guess I can't complain about that. As I enter the inn, I see Gavin bugging Erin as she is working behind the counter. Erin is preparing a tray and strolls away from the disappointed Gavin to serve a guest. As she passes me, she sends a smile as we have been friends for ages. As if we have been friends. I was going to say, how much time has taken place? I thought it was just... If all these events are one day, then we're on the 6th day, but it's telling us when a day passes. Oh, whatever. Hi, Lena. Feel free to take a seat. I'll give you a discount. How? No, why can't I get one? We're friends. No, we're not, and Lena isn't being lazy. She's wounded. Erin points her nose in the air at Gavin's complaint and returns to the kitchen. Haha, she's tough. And don't skip work. Oh! Sour! You tell that stranger that you don't know the circumstances under not working. There, I mean, let's face it, he's probably being lazy. But you never know. That's easy for you to say. It's not like I don't have other things to do. Erin returns with a plate of freshly prepared dinner. Here you go, today's special. I'm sure you'll love it. Who makes all this food? My sister and I. Well, mostly my sister. I'll introduce you one day. She'll be happy to see how her herbs have helped you along. Oh, they're her herbs. Not even the Oh, okay, thank you, it looks good, but not thank you for the herbs. Not, oh, I should thank your sister. We're amazingly ungrateful. Of course it does. Erin smiles, then she turns around and sends Gavin another scowl before heading back to the kitchen. Are you two not getting along well? We're fine, never mind. Guess I'll just have to give in and pay for my meal today. I lift my eyebrow in disbelief, wondering how often he manages to escape paying for his food here. Fuck that! He can fuck right off. We're keeping this shit. We're hungry. Do you always get your food for free here? Not at all, but sometimes you get lucky. I usually come in here since I'm not exactly cut out for self-preservation as many as the other inhabitants in town. I can imagine. Is that a suit jacket or a leather jacket? Let's go with suit jacket. That's not very agile to be hunting in. What are you, a businessman? You loan people money and then go around like loan sharks? Probably. What did that sound like an insult? I feel his pain though. If I had to live here permanently, I probably wouldn't fit in farming or hunting either. My one is a totally different one. I finish my meal and leave my inn behind. It's getting later and I decide to return to the cottage. When I enter, I immediately notice Tobias. He seems to have just returned himself. Back from hunting so late? No, today was just a regular patrol. We wouldn't know, we haven't asked. Patrol? Yes, I patrol the areas around the town to make sure the people are safe here from monsters. Well, you did a shit job in trying to protect me. See, this is what Erin meant when she said Tobias was protecting the village. You've only just figured it out. You've only just figured it out. Wow, even pissed me figured that out. I see. I wonder if he's always out of the house for so long, or if it's just because I'm here. What an incredibly self-doubt thing to say. Tobias turns away and concentrates on getting food on the table for us. He takes our 2 plates and prepares the ingredients in silence. I just watch him for a while as he seemingly blocks out my presence. Why did you move up here on your own? Who says I did it on my own? Well, I haven't seen anyone who appeared to be your family members, so I just assumed so. The town doesn't look like a place where people have lived for generations either. Is that so? You're young, and it seems that you know how to use your weapons well. I'm sure there were other opportunities open to you. You think I'm a deserter, don't you? What? No! You go around, like, patrolling the village and helping everyone, and everyone in the town knows who you are, but yeah, we still think you're a deserter. Tobias places the plates on the table, but coolly continues to not look at me. Well, it's not like the thought hadn't crossed my mind. It hadn't to me! I tried to calm myself and continue ignoring his attitude. I was just wondering if you hadn't thought of making a difference somewhere else. A difference? He finally looks at me with a cold smile. Have you made any difference so far? Me? Yes, as a highly praised Templar fighting for your lord and your country, what difference have you made so far? I'm surprised as the conversation is suddenly turned against me and his taunt makes me frown. Well, it's not like I've been in service that long. So far my missions have not been among the most important or groundbreaking, but I still am. Oh, Tobias turns all his attention to me now, as if he's starting to have fun. Then you would be satisfied if you died now, fighting for someone else's purpose? Just acting any way they want. You will have done what you wanted to, right? Yes, but at least I will have done more than just killing some rabbits. Don't underestimate rabbits, they run fast. Actually, I'd like to see you catch your own dinner with that sword of yours. What? Oh, so you're saying you can do it? I tried to find the right words to fend this one off with. This was always one of my weak spots. Simon has always said that I was gifted in combat, but helpless in simple self-preservation. Tobias laughs. I see. Well, if there is one thing you can't do, then it's lie. How amusing. Have I missed something? Like, when I was stomping around earlier, was that his family's ashes? Like, where's this come from? Or is he another hippie who's just like, well, you serve the order, therefore you are a bastard, and you should do this because I'm a hippie. Weirdo. I can feel my ears turn red as he laughs at me. How dares he turn this conversation around like this? Don't underestimate me. I won't. He turns back towards the table with satisfaction. This has grated my nerves even more. Besides, what kind of question is that about dying happy? I'm still fighting for a purpose. There's still enough reasons for me to keep going. A goal like that is not achieved in just one day. I am almost surprised as he immediately faces me again, this time with a more serious expression. You're right, because I bet you haven't found that goal yet. What? You talk all highly and mighty about fighting for what you believe in, but you're just fighting for what others told you is important. In reality, I'm sure you never even stopped to think of whether you agreed or not. See, I'm always for questioning whatever you do, and there's always two sides to each story, but Christ, like, not in this aggressive manner. That's not true. You're not even being honest with yourself, and yet you tell others what they should believe in. This is why I dislike pretentious people like you Templars. No matter how amazing others make you seem, you're still just puppets. Did you dare say such a thing? The angry tone in my voice, which even surprises myself, and even makes Tobias hesitate for a second. Don't talk about what you don't know. Fine, and maybe you shouldn't either. Tobias takes his plate and leaves the cottage. I still stand behind, still trembling slightly after the sudden surge of anger that came over me. That idiot! You know, everything I've talked to about Tobias, and everything I've said, oh, well, I should really say thank you, I should really do this, I take that back. I get he holds a grudge, but Christ, there's better ways of bringing up than that.